guys, AZ Sports Guy here, and while researching another video, I got some Roadrunners stuff for you. Let's get into it. But before we do, like and subscribe. Anyway, so what I got for you today is about the Phoenix Roadrunners of the ECHL, even though I'm wearing 3 different Roadrunners right now. So what I wanted to do is figure out how many ECHL players played for the Arizona Coyotes, but on the side, I kind of did one better. I also looked up all the Phoenix Roadrunners and made a list of all the ones that made it to the NHL. There are 9 total on this list, with just 5 playing in 10 or more NHL games, including Nathan Lawson and Cam Paddock. But what I want to talk about are the 5 most notable former ECHL Phoenix Roadrunners, because 3 of the top 5 played for the Phoenix Coyotes, so you know what? I'm making this video. Number 5, Josh Torgman. Torgman was one of a couple goalies I had hockey cards for back in the day. There was him, David Lemieux, Michael Telquist. I mean, he gave me his Toronto card on my birthday in 2007. That was weird. Thank you, Telly. Wish I still had that card. Anyway, in 06-07, Torgman would play for the ECHL Roadrunners and for the San Antonio Rampage a little bit of the AHL, but they're not associated with the Coyotes anymore, so we don't care. He would record a 4-4-0 record, 312 goals against, and a 900 save percentage. Solid season for him. He would make his NHL debut for the Phoenix Coyotes back in 2008-2009, where he would play in a total of 2 NHL games. 0-2-0 record, 402 goals against, 871 save percentage. He would not play in the NHL again. But I mean, he would go on to have a decent AHL career. He was 2-time AHL Goalie of the Month, AHL Player of the Week. He was even an ECHL All-Star back in 2010-2011. One fun thing about Torgman is that he would actually go over to the EBEL to play for EC Salzburg in 2011-2012, where he would play with a little-known goaltender, Marty Turco. Couple little fun facts about EC Salzburg for you. The next season, former Coyotes goaltender Alex Auld would play for him. But the best thing I found in my research, that's the entire reason I'm padding out the video with this little segment, is EC Salzburg in 2017-2018 won the Australian Championship with former Coyotes Peter Mueller on the team. In 38 games, Mueller had 14 goals and 28 assists for 42 points. And in the playoffs, he had 19 points in 19 games. That is right, point-a-game player Peter Mueller. Next up, former NCAA champion with the University of Maine and former Coyotes goaltender Mike Morrison. Morrison was drafted 186th overall in the 1998 entry draft by the Edmonton Oilers, and he would play for 3 different Roadrunners throughout his career. First up in the AHL in 2003-2004, he would play for the Toronto Roadrunners. Then in 04-05, he would play for the Edmonton Roadrunners, before finally in 2006-2007 playing for the Phoenix Roadrunners. That was the same year he would play 4 games for the Phoenix Coyotes, where his stint was much less successful. 4 games, 0-3-0 record, 613 goals against, 790 save percentage. But for the Roadrunners that year, he'd play in 27 games, 9-12-3 record, 337 goals against, 900 save percentage. That's right, both Morrison and Torgman had 2 things in common: 900 save percentage for the Roadrunners and no NHL success. That was mean. I apologize. Next up at number 3, with 39 NHL games played, Garrett Burnett. Played for the Roadrunners in 05-06. 29 games, 1 goal, 2 assists, 3 points. I do want to mention him because he did have the 3rd most NHL games played of any Phoenix Roadrunner from the ECHL, but sadly he would pass away in April of last year at the age of 46. He was a big physical player, the 3rd most NHL games played for a Phoenix Roadrunner, but because I really don't want this segment to be too much of a downer, I did want to end it with a fun little fact about him. After the 05-06 season with the Phoenix Roadrunners, Burnett would actually attempt to play 1 season in the National Lacrosse League by signing on with the Arizona Sting. Now, I can't find any records of him actually playing any games for the Sting, so it's entirely possible he signed on, didn't make the team, and got cut later. So I will leave the article linked below where they do reference that happening. But regardless, that's a fun little fact, and I'd rather end his segment on that than his death. Next up, with 408 NHL games played, Andrew Desjardins. Fun fact about Desjardins, he is the only ECHL Phoenix Roadrunner to win a Stanley Cup. Anyway, he would only play a whopping 5 games for the Roadrunners back in 2008-2009. You know, the last year of their existence. 5 games, 2 goals, 2 points. You wouldn't really think much of him, but like I said, he would go on to play in a whopping 408 NHL games, scoring 23 goals, 41 assists, 64 points. He was definitely a bottom sixer. But in 2015, after playing 21 playoff games with the Chicago Blackhawks, he won a Stanley Cup, meaning yes, he is technically, when it comes to hardware and awards, the most successful Phoenix Roadrunner. But if you want to know who was the most successful at the NHL level in terms of games played, goals, assists, points, and career longevity, look no further than the Phoenix Coyotes' 265th overall selection from 2004, 9th round pick, by the way, we don't have that round anymore, Daniel Winnick. I bet y'all forgot he played for the Roadrunners, didn't you? One thing that bugged me is like a year and a half ago, I saw his Roadrunners jersey and it was like $300. I'm like, fine, I'll buy it on payday. And then it sold the day before payday. I'm not mad. I'm coping. Like Desjardins, Winnick could only play in 5 ECHL games for the Roadrunners back in 2006-2007. He had 6 assists and 6 points. Above a point per game is not bad. I suppose one potential takeaway is the shorter your ECHL career is, the longer your NHL career might be. Anyway, he would make his NHL debut with the Phoenix Coyotes back in 2007-2008. 79 games, 11 goals, 15 assists, 26 points. Not a bad rookie year. He would go on to have an 11-year NHL career, playing for Phoenix, Colorado, San Jose, playing for Phoenix, Colorado, San Jose, Anaheim, Pittsburgh, Toronto, Washington, and ending his career in 2017-2018 with the Minnesota Wild. 81 games, 6 goals, 17 assists, 23 points, by the way. Daniel Winnick's career NHL totals kind of shocked me. They're probably going to shock you as well. 798 games played, just 2 shy of 800. 82 goals, 169 assists, nice, for 251 points. The only thing he did not get was hardware. I mean, in 2019-2020, he would win the Spengler Cup with Team Canada? I don't know what that is. Don't pretend you know what that is. Those were your most successful NHL players to come from the ECHL Phoenix Roadrunners. I guarantee none of you had Andrew Desjardins or Daniel Winnick on your list, did you?